requested to kindly post their questions in the chat box or they can raise their hands. So Q&A will be followed by vote of thanks by Mr. Manudeep Kaushal. Now I would like to invite Dr. Neeraj Sharma to please welcome our esteemed speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Okay, so good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, Dr. Neeraj Sharma, Dean and Entrepreneurship Cell Head, welcome you all to Entrepreneurship Awareness Camp organized by IKG in collaboration with TIE Chandigarh. Briefly introducing you all to Gyan Jyoti Institute Management Technology, to which I belong to. Gyanjyoti started its journey back in 1974 with Mr. J.S. Bedi, a social entrepreneur and a renowned educationist, established Gyanjyoti Educational Society. The first educational endeavor of GJES was Gyanjyoti Public School, a premier secondary school in Mohali, which is now christened as Gyanjyoti Global School. In order to satisfy the growing need for technically qualified manpower, Mr. Bedi established Gyanjyoti Institute of Management and Technology in 1998. It offers MBA, MCA, BBA, BCA, BCom, and BTTM programs. Today, GJIMT is considered as one of the best private business schools in North India. The institute is ranked among the top 50 B schools of the country in the Business World B School rankings. Further, Gyanjyoti is now associated as a recognized study center and learning center under IKG to fulfill needs of distance education in the region. Today, people associate quality education with Gyanjyoti Group, starting from kindergarten to doctor level education. GJMT has been proudly participating in TAB B plan competition since its inceptions. Today, we are honored to have a special guest from TIE Chandigarh to apprise all of you about entrepreneurship. Now, I really feel grateful. Let me to introduce our honorable speaker of the day, Mr. Harit Mohan. Mr. Harit Mohan is founder and CEO of Signicent LLP in India and Signicent LLP in Delaware, USA. The company employs 80 full-time experts working in the area of technology, IPR, including patents, trademarks, and copyrights, and market. As an IIT Madras 2008 postgraduate, research and technology has always been close to his heart. He has also done course on entrepreneurship, launching an innovative business from University of Maryland, College Park. He has given 12 years of his career solving problems and overcoming hurdles faced by research companies and institutes. He, with his company, has been a technology and IPR consultant to over 400 plus businesses globally spread across 15 countries. He has been a torchbearer for promoting innovation and IP in India with MHRD, Government of India, Cell for IPR Promotion and Management, CIPM, Department of Science and Technology, commonly known as DST, of Government of Rajasthan, then Atal Innovation Mission of Niti Aayog, then All India Council of Technical Education, AICT, and of course TIE Chandigarh and NRDC, National Research Development Corporation, Delhi, and Institute of Innovation Council at IIT Ropar. At global stage, he is a member of PIUG and Licensing Executive Society, USA. Now, I welcome sir on behalf of all the attending colleges and students. We welcome you once again and put limelight on this camp, awareness camp about entrepreneurship. Welcome you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. Thank you so much. So, Harit sir, before we move forward with your success story, I would like to tell all what TIE and TABD is all about.
Yeah.
I'll be sharing my screen with all. So is my screen visible? I hope it is
Yes.
visible. Yeah, thank you. So
Yes, ma'am.
starting with TIE. TIE is an industry body that started solely for the purpose of entrepreneurship. So this is where we exactly differ from other such similar bodies like CII, FICCI, PhD Chamber. TIE believes in a module to be a job giver than a job seeker. So TIE is a non-for-profit organization founded in 1992 by a group of entrepreneurs at Silicon Valley. Currently, there are more than 12,000 members and over 3,000 plus charter members in 61 chapters across 21 countries. So, objective of TIE is to promote entrepreneurship, and the five main fundamentals on which TIE work are mentoring, networking, education, incubation, and funding. And TIECon, which is regarded as biggest entrepreneurial forum in the world, is an annual professional conference of TIE. So, starting with the TIE Chandigarh, the chapter was founded in 2003, and that chapter is amongst top 5 chapters out of 21 total TIE chapters in India. We cover region of Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Himachal, Jammu and Kashmir. And we are a chapter with over 280 plus entrepreneurs from the region, covering 75 plus senior entrepreneurs as charter members. So we engage 50 plus events in the whole year, and we have over 11,000 followers on the Facebook. TIE Chandigarh and IKGPTU are now associated with for more than 5 years now. So this association involves internship drive, which provide opportunity to bona fide students of IKGPTU to train themselves with TIE member companies. Campus placement drives, this provide opportunity to students to work with TIE member companies. And Tab B plan competition, under this competition, students are given opportunity to take their business plan to global level, and it's an opportunity to become or to start their journey as an entrepreneur. So these are the glimpses of last year Mentor Connect at our boot camp. Now, Tab B Plan Competition 2020-21. Before beginning with this, I would like to tell all what a business plan is. So, business plan is any idea, any service, or any product from any sphere of life, be it agriculture, IT, finance, manufacturing, that can be converted into a successful business is truly a definition of business plan. So koi chota, koi bada idea that can be converted into successful business is a business plan. So why you people should enroll yourself for Tab B plan competition? Because TIE Chandigarh believes that anyone can be an entrepreneur. Hence, no idea is small. We provide real-time, free of cost platform to present and develop your ideas. It's a gateway to higher opportunities and, of course, competitions at global level. We will also provide mentoring and funding by the best entrepreneurs and companies of the region. Last year, APJ Institute of Management and Technology, Jalandhar, won chapter level competition, and they stood second in Thai University People's Choice Award at Global Pitch Fest competition. So we'll also be giving cash prizes worth more than 1 lakh rupees. And most important, this B plan competition will be adding value to your CVs. Eligibility criteria involves that B plan competition is only for IKG students. Minimum 2 and maximum 4 members per team are allowed, and all the members must be bona fide students of same college affiliated to IKG. So going before I explain you all the registration process, I would like I'll request all of you to please open our website, that's www.tabbplan.com, so that you can all go through what I explained. So various stages for registration are at stage 1, students will register with their entries on the website with their initial business plan. सो आप लोगों को हमारी वेबसाइट पे जाना है, वहां पे खुद को रजिस्टर करना है, एंड देन यू हैव टू सबमिट योर बिजनेस प्लान इन फॉर्म ऑफ presentation. So last date for submission of entries, January 31, 2021. At stage 2, all the selected teams from stage 1 will submit their final business plan, which will be evaluated by a panel of Tai Chandigarh, created by Tai Chandigarh, and all the selected teams, list of all the selected teams will be updated at our website, as mentioned earlier, www.tabbplan.com, on February 5, 2021. So selected teams will be invited to attend the boot camp, and mentors will be allocated to help them to improve their business plan. Date of boot camp is February 10, and final submission of improved business plan can be done by March 12, 2021. So stage 3, top teams from stage 2 will be invited to present their ideas in front of jury on March 17 and March 18. And finally, the selected teams will be awarded prizes, and top winning team will be eligible to compete at global level. And the same will be announced very soon at our website. So for any other information, you may please connect with our executive director, Ms. Anjum Singh. Her details are displayed, or you can connect with me. My details are also displayed. Or you can visit our website for any kind of query, as mentioned earlier, www.tabbplan.com. Now, I would request our esteemed speaker, Mr. Harit Mohan, to please share his success journey with all the participants. Thank you. Over to you, Harit sir.
Yeah. Uh, Thank you so much, Jacinder. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, great. So, all right. So, thank you so much for such a nice introduction. And, of course, it's an honor to be part of Tai Chandigarh. And probably I started off my journey uh, in 2010, roughly about 10 years ago. And as we welcome this year, and this is my first session of the year, and it's an honor to probably inspire some of you to open your own businesses. And that's what we are here for. And bodies like Tai Chandigarh have always been very helpful, and a lot of students, a lot of deans from IITs and ISBs are part of Tai Chandigarh. So all the premium college students and professors are part of it. So probably, if some of you would like to join, you're more than welcome. And I will just kind of now share my screen with all of you, just to start talking about my journey. So, Jahinder, we have roughly about 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes.
True, sir.
Okay. Right. So I hope you could see my screen. Yeah. All right. So thanks to all the participating colleges today, and welcoming me on behalf of IKG PTU. And of course, thanks to Tai Chandigarh for considering me worthy to take this session this morning with all of you. Uh, Let me just kind of give you a little more idea. Of course, what we generally do is, when we are talking about entrepreneurship, when we're talking about anything that we have been doing in the business sector, what we generally do is we consider ourselves visionary, we consider ourselves handling things that are unknown to us. So if you have any idea, it's very, very important that you should be able to commercialize it. And to do that, this requires a lot of patience. You have been reading a lot of motivational quotations also from time to time, from several leaders globally, and there are various kind of leaders that are there today to inspire you. And if you have to basically talk about few ingredients that make a successful entrepreneur, of course there could be no one of it, and on the side of the screen you can read about some of these readers. How would you actually need to develop your attitude to it. So there is something known as inborn leaders, and then there are sometimes the situations, the environment, the things that drive you, triggers you to be leader. So for me, the later happened. So I never thought of opening a business, from the word go. As was told in the introduction, I went to IIT, and of course, most of us actually dream about getting a good job, healthy salary, and getting about good package and all. And then once I was there, of course, I landed into the job. I got a job in 2008, after passing out from there. Till that time, I have no freaking clue that I would be basically going into entrepreneurship. So it all happened, it all felt into place on itself. And that's what you need to be basically be very observant about. There are some triggers that makes you go towards entrepreneurship. So in my particular case, session, the at least the professors or the senior members would be knowing it, I'm sure. So this was the time wherein we talked about losing jobs, the GDP was dipping down, the business are all crumbling, they were all sinking into. And that's the first time in 2008 9, I got my first campus job. I was very happy. I was posted into Mumbai. And what happened was, it was just a month that I was working with this company in Mumbai. And the HR all of a sudden came, one afternoon, right after lunch, and there were 15 of us from various IITs across India. And they handed us projects. And no matter how much I'm smiling today, of course, the time was not that, it was your first job, you're all shattered. We were all kind of consoling each other कि अच्छा हो जाएगा, tension नहीं लेनी है, कुछ ना कुछ हो जाएगा. And this was just before Diwali of 2008. And we were all afraid, how should we call our parents? Because most of us, when we go for colleges, our parents and we dream of having a good job. And 2008, that afternoon is still kind of a scar in my mind. But then it was, as I said, it's all about your attitude and how you take it. So we kind of partied in Bombay, that evening. So gathered up, went to a restaurant, enjoyed it. Before next day, we had our respective flights and trains to our respective cities, and I came back to Chandigarh, with pink slip. That was my first job experience. So till this point, also, I was not very clear that should I be doing entrepreneurship or would I be going into business at all or not. So I was still a job person till that time. Now the problem was, in 2008 when I got this job from campus. Of course, it was a very good package, and that's what students generally see when they are, looking for a job, which is actually not correct. When I now have, gone through that phase, and we can talk about it in the later part of the presentation. But 2008 we came back. Now there was no jobs, and what has to be done? And I'm sure why I'm telling this is, uh, almost similar thing happened in 2020, and you can relate it very well. And 2008 when this happened, I came back, I started applying off campus jobs. I struggled for 4 months, I 3 4 months I was not able to get a job. Then I managed to get one job, that too in international sales in United States. So I started doing night shifts at that time. It was November, December, January, exactly the same month that we are right now in. Very cold at night. I used to travel on my bike and go to this job as salesperson, make some contacts in United States and Europe, for getting some business for the company that I was hired in. So this went for 4 5 months, and I lost, and I dropped to one third of the salary that I was getting on my first job from where I was laid off in. And this one third of the salary just basically came around less than 20,000 at that time, roughly. And what happened was, of course, this was demotivating. Of course, this was kind of challenge for my parents also, who have had high hopes since I post graduated from such a good college. And it kind of sent me in a lot of problems. So this went on for 4 5 months. I had no freaking clue why God is doing this for me, because what we always do is something bad happens, we always start cursing that why God me. And this is what happened with me also. I still didn't know what good is there in the store for me, so I continued that job with the best of my efforts, because once you're into the job, no matter how it is, you have to give your best. So I kind of continued that, for 4 to 6 months, and then I basically left that job. Partly I thought that I am in masters in science, I've not done my MBA, why I'm doing sales. I mean, these are some of the doubts that every fresher or every fresh out of school, college would have, that I did my engineering, why I am going into banking, why I'm going into MBA and all. So wait for a while and I'll tell you how this dots connected later on in my life. So I left that job. I once again went to Hyderabad and worked there for a couple of years. I was, again, came back. So if my salary reduced to one third in this company where I shifted second, in my third company, I was still able to make it to 1/2. So I was still, much away from what I was getting from my first job. But that is okay. Salary is one part. Is a huge learning involved that I got from this company. Once again, from sales, I went again to the technical role. For 2 years I did that role. And I kind of, it was 2010 now, because 2008 is when I got laid off. 2 years. Okay, probably a kid also is listening to my story. So 2010, I get into this job, and what happened was, all of a sudden, that night shift company people called me up. I mean, couple of employees from there called me up, and they said that we wanted to open a startup, right? So I was once again very amused, and that's where it happened, that there is something known as startup, there is something known as entrepreneurship, there is something known as opening a business. I came from a background where I lost my father at age of maybe 1.5, and my mom raised me up, so I had no clue, or my family has no business background. It has nothing to do with kind of we having a lot of funds to run it. Coming up from a middle class family, so that is where the roots of my family was. And in 2010 I got this idea from a couple of people just like me, who were working in the next company, to start in their own venture, and they invited me. And the only reason for inviting me was that I did that night shift for 4 months in sales job, and they think that that was such an experience that they don't have that. So those 4 months basically called me, for that job. I took a while. I, kind of discussed it with me. As I said, entrepreneurship was nothing in my bucket list till that time, and I kind of transitioned into it. I thought, fine, let me think of doing it. I took about a few months, and I did ask them, okay, so that what would be my salary again. So they laughed and said, we can give you 10,000 now. So it was once again like, we I'm not I got from X to X by 3. X by 3 I managed to go to X by 2, and now we are talking about X by 6 once again in the salaries. So as I said, again, salary become a hurdle. 10,000 you cannot run a family. 10,000 you cannot earn your livelihood. You cannot do much better. You cannot watch Netflix. You cannot have all the good access to the travels that you have. But then this was a lifetime decision that I had to take, so I took it. So I dropped my salary back to 10,000. We hustled for about 1.5 2 years, and this was the first startup that I did. Unfortunately, what happened
बुक
was
नहीं लेके आए
that
थे बड़ी सी, वो लेके गए हैं.
in about 1.5 2 years, we touched about 1 crore in revenue, and then there was a conflict between three of us. They basically didn't wanted me to work because they had all the money. They could hire, a good manager now, so they kind of basically let me go out of the business. So once again you're drowned, and once again you come back to zero. And this is now we're talking about 2012. So eight, the first shock of recession, 2010, and the first shock of going into entrepreneurship, 2012. You did it nicely. 2012, once again you drowned down to zero. That is the time it happened that I need to work for myself. I will not go to partner with anybody as of now, because there was, of course, a trust issue. In 2012 is basically when we raised Signicent, which is the company that I am now speaking, on behalf to all of you. And in 2012, since zero, so we started off with just 2 employees. I still remember Lalit is one of our most senior employees. He's there with us for last 8 years now. So 2012, we started off Signicent. We hired our first employee. It's about 8 years now. We completed last December, 8 successful years, from one to scaled up to about 75 people. And the good thing is, from 1 to 75 in roughly 7.5, 8 years, we did not laid off people. I mean, whatever happened with me, for example, in COVID, we did not make any salary cuts. We were still, very particular in giving salaries. We did not let our people lose. We scaled up organically. We, of course, pivoted. We made, the business ethics. We kind of earned the trust of people, if not profit this year. So there were a lot of good things that we did. There were a lot of learnings that I had, especially in 2020. And if I have to say, this was a test for me, because what happened with me in 2008, 2009, when my company didn't have business and they left me, they laid me off. I had this similar situation in 2020, when all of the companies in India, including us, were struggling to get business, but we did not let lose any of people at all during this recession. And that's what, the journey of entrepreneurship is. There are risks, there are, team bonding, there are, pressures, never ending pressures of family that you need to encounter, and you always get into self doubt. So I always used to joke with my friend that when you're into business, one day when you get a payment from the client, you think, you could earn maybe a big car, a big home. And when all of a sudden the projects are not coming for 5-10 days, you feel like you're a beggar. You have to beg to pay your employees. So that's the journey. So there are mood swings, there are a lot of pressure, there are a lot of doubts that you would get in, and that's what would actually make you would actually make a good entrepreneur out of you. This is an entire experience that you need to go through. It's full of adventure, and that's what we've been talking about here today. So that's a little about my story of how I kind of, from a person who had no freaking clue of doing business, landed of doing a business. Now we have offices in US and in India also. We had, as I said, about 80-member team. We are expanding to 120, 130. That's what our plan is in this year. So these are everything that happens in the story of entrepreneur. Of course, there would be important things. Just give you some basics of what we have learned today, what I have learned today, how to find an idea, how to begin it. So most of you would think that since the B plan competition is what Jazinder has introduced to all of you today. So some of you may be struggling, to think how to find an idea, what plan can I give? If I have some ideas, how should I implement it? So let's talk about the practical aspects of it, because I'm sure there will be a lot of books available, lectures available, where you could, talk and read through on theory part of it, motivational part of it. But let me, focus on the next 15-20 minutes on a practical aspects of it. So how do you find an idea is, not that simple. You need to, go through several steps. First of and foremost important is observation. Observe, talk to people, see what are the problems that are there. For example, when sanitization problem came in, everybody was, running after how to sanitize hands. COVID came in. This was an observation that a lot of people observed. We need to have, say, surface disinfectants. We have to, get something into an area of basically hand sanitization being done better, how to sanitize my mobile phones, how to sanitize the food I eat. So people came in with a lot of these observation based ideas, which they started working upon. This could be situational, this could be long term pending problems that you may be able to see. So this could be anything that you want to solve, and this could be either going into manufacturing, this could also go to services. So it depends. It could go to app developments. It could go to you being converting into a freelancer and adding value to the business. So it could go to any direction. But the first thing, important thing is observe. Observe the problem. Once you have observed the problems, write it out, on some journals. Journals means write your idea. For example, I still have about 8 to 10 WhatsApp group where I am the member myself, and whatever I get an idea during shower or while sleeping, or coming on the office when I'm driving. So whatever ideas come to me, I make sure that within the next 10 minutes I write it off, document it, so that whenever the next good time I can scrutinize the idea, it does not get lost, in the hectic day lives that all of us have. Once the idea has been written, you try and read about it. That has people, done something around it. Has people, find a solution to the problem that could be better than yours already? Can you learn from how the solutions have been there in the past? So this could come via YouTube research, web browsing, talking to the people who are knowledgeable in the area. So all of this could actually happen. So observe, then validate the idea, then go into the development phase of any idea. Just do not think if you get an idea today you should start working on it tomorrow. And this is also something that we here at Signicent do. So Signicent is basically an intellectual property research company. So we do a lot of patents, we do a lot of technology. For example, the COVID vaccine that is coming out in the market. Of course, there are a lot of vaccine variants that are there. One of the vaccine that was developed by US University, was the project was validated by a Signicent team, and then it was passed for manufacturing. So that's the kind of research team that we have, who are working with a lot of technology, consultancy, innovation consultancy, and this is actually coming from that experience. So observe the idea, validate the idea, then go into the development of that idea. I still remember when I was in IIT, and my professor told me you'd have to. So it was like about 2 years of research project that I have to do there. So my professor told, take at least 3 to 4 months off, and just read. Do not work, just read. Keep reading, keep refining your ideas. Because if you're reinventing the wheel, if you're doing the same app with a new name, if you're developing a new product that is already existing somewhere in India or outside, it may not be considered as novel. But then for successful of any business, it need not to be novel every time. Sometimes you replicate the models and modify it also. But then if you want to look for novelty aspect of it, if you need to look for something that is very new, you need to kind of validate it, right? And going further, so this is how what we observe, and I often do it in my office also. We call in, say, maybe 5 to 10 people with children. So Jahinder and Anjumji would know. So I'm actually also mentoring class, 8th, 9th to 12th students under the TYE program, which is Thai Young Entrepreneur. So we take school students from class 9 to 12th. We make them, turn them into as good entrepreneur as we can while they're still studying in their schools, and then they, kind of compete with the business plan competition in the United States. So Chandigarh chapter is represented by them. So what we have seen with kids or at my office or when I was kind of experimenting with ideas is these two curves. And please understand this. Let's take a very simple example today, on the left hand side where you have idea creation curve. Let's say today when the COVID lockdown was over, right? All of us were like so frustrated. You wanted to go out. Some of you would have already stepped out to holidays. Some of you would be seeing ice, since it is snowing everywhere in Himachal and JNK today. So you decide. For example, we take a problem statement and let's make it a little more scientific. So you take a problem statement. Problem is, where should I go out for outing during my so you want to give those 5 days for your vacation. That's your problem statement. Now understand what will happen is, when you start ideating. So let's say you're sitting in a group of 3 4 family members or your 3 4 friends, whatever your travel group is. You start discussing idea. The first idea comes is, let's go to Shimla, let's go to let's go to Kasoli, let's go to some of these Dehradun or some of the popular destinations. Now, of course, all these ideas are very relevant. It took you less time because they're well-known solutions to it. And then one of you would say, no, we have already explored. We want to go to some place much more much more close to nature, where there is less population, COVID cases won't be there, and you kind of start reject the popular cities ideas, popular destination ideas, and then time is passing by, and you're looking for something. You are researching on Google, what are the new places I should go to, which are not that commercial in nature. All of a sudden, after you spend some more time, you start getting some more ideas, some new villages in these hill stations that you want to go in. So actually, if you see, this curve is exactly that. When you were asked to go to a hill station, the most relevant idea in the most less time came in. These were Shimla, Dehradun, Nainital, the most popular cities. But you rejected those ideas because that is not very novel places to go. They are, the places where there's a lot of commercial activities. You spend more some time on it, and all of a sudden you're running out of ideas. You think that I cannot go anywhere. The time is passing by, and you're not, getting into ideas. Then you keep on researching, and then comes actually the most novel ideas of time. You take some of the villages in Himachal, or in Uttarakhand, and start going there, and then all of a sudden it dips down. So this is exactly how the idea creation curve would happen when you're ideating for your own business plans. Do not get mesmerized by the first couple of ideas, because in many cases these would be the most common ideas everyone would have, right? You need to have entire when you're ideating. Once you've done the ideation, then comes the law of diffusion of idea. So you want to make sure that diffuses into the customer. So you want to have a good idea that people would buy into. That is something that would come in the law of diffusion of curve. I'll again take an example to help you understand what is the law of diffusion of idea. So how many of us have actually let's say been shopping online, okay, on Flipkart, Amazon, or some platform? Many of you would say yes, we are. But let's go back. Let's retrospect 10 years back when this was not the case. What happened then? Let's say 2012, 13, when the Flipkart and Amazon just came in. Now people amongst us who said, Flipkart is not safe, they may cheat, they may send us duplicate products. How can I pay online? मेरा कार्ड का नंबर लीक हो सकता है, my CVV kit is not possible to give in. There are a lot of speculations on duplicacy of the products and so and so. So that's the time when Flipkart came up with this idea, and while the other part of the world were already doing it, there are people amongst us who took the risk. So imagine that if you have a class size of 100 students, there were only 2 or 3 first students in the class who took the risk of actually going to Flipkart, because they offered something known as cash on delivery models. And you said पैसा मे भी शायद गलत आए प्रोडक्ट, बट ठीक है अगर गलत आया. So these 2 3 people are basically people who took the risk and invested into it. जब वो 2 3 लोगों का आ गया अच्छे से, they got good deal. In addition to getting the original product, they actually got it at 25% less amount as what a retail store would have been selling us. And they said कि यार ठीक है, हमें भी पैसे बचाने हैं, we also want cashbacks, we also want all that instant discounts. So then came the early adopters. So वो 2 लोगों को देख के और 12 13 लोगों ने 100 में से came into that picture. They also started buying from Flipkart, Amazon, and so on. And then they also got our product. Then your class felt that okay, lot of people are buying it, they got the deal. Maybe one of them had a bad experience, but majority was actually in a winner situation in there. And that's when the early majority, the next 30% of the people jumped in. So if you see on this curve, these are the initial risk takers of any technology. These are the early adopters. These are the early majority. And by this point, 50% of the population of your class is covered. Now, if then the late majority came in, जिन्होंने लगा कि यार नहीं, अब तो time and tested हो चुका है मेरा idea Flipkart पे, या मैंने देख लिया है, so let me also jump in. And then there are about 16% of the people which are known as laggards, which do not care. They still think retail is best. They want to look and feel. They want to smell the shoes when they are buying. They want to shell the books when they are buying. They want to have a feel of it. They always think retail is the best way to buy things, and online commerce is not. And trust me, companies generally do not care much about laggards in the business models. So if you're running into the business, this is the kind of curve that you actually have to sell your business. And probably every business in the world, be it electric cars that Tesla is doing today, be it any touchscreen mobile business that came into the picture, because people earlier did not wanted to buy touchscreens. And I even laughed sometime with my mother. My mother always said, "नहीं नहीं नहीं touchscreen नहीं लेना, खराब हो जाएगा, पानी पड़ जाएगा." And today she herself is using third touchscreen phone. In the last few years. So parents who stopped us from buying online, using e-commerce websites, are today themselves in the late majority joined this curve, and they're using and witnessing this. And that's the beauty of marketing. That's the beauty of setting up an idea. So I hope this makes it a little clear on how you should diffuse your idea, and then how you should basically make commercial of your idea. Now, just a few things. When we're talking about an idea, you need to basically run it across this quick metrics that I'm telling you, and we rank it as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, the first metrics that you would see here is basically, this is impact. This is on time. So ideas, which are there, which is of course taking, let me start with, more time and high impact. So there's something, which is taking just very high impact. There's very good ideas, but they're going to take much more time to develop. You should not prioritize it, right? You should keep it for later, because right now you are just starting off your businesses. You're thinking of ideas. You want to, invest into something that is going to give you value real soon. So of course, this is the place where the idea or the impact of the decision that you're going to take is very high. Takes time to make that product, take the decision. So these are basically high impact, less time idea, which is the most favorable one. Of course, the ideas which are taking less time or taking low impact or vice versa are the things where do not want to go into. So I would suggest that when you have to take your decision making on any idea, make sure you choose high impact idea which is going to take less time So having said that, let me just give you a little more idea on IP, because once the idea is done, the part of IP. So you now have an idea, you're working on a project, and you don't want of others to copy. Like say you are something, and all of a sudden next snatches my paper and puts it's my paper. I've written that answer and deliver entire six, something like 100x more volume when it comes to IPR. You need to protect the IP. Kind of make sure whatever creation that you're doing, bit in the terms of technology, the name of your company that you're thinking upon. If you're writing some software codes that you do copyrights, if you're bringing some technology, your product is a tangible project or product, you need to get a patent for it. So these are some of the things. So let us just very quickly go into a little on IP side, because right after ideation and you've created the product or project, you have to basically protect it so that the copy can be avoided by your competitors. So depending upon what kind of aspects we're working, so I'll just be very quickly giving you an idea. So first is patents, which is basically given on the side of inventions, the products that you're creating. It could be compositions if some of you are going into food ingredients. It could be a lot of compositions, processes, methods, business processes. So all that goes into patents. Trademark is basically logos. So you would see, for example, Signicent has a logo, so you can trademark it. There are a lot of logos that you see around. There are a lot of taglines, punchlines that goes right below the logo. So these are all trademark things. Copyrights is basically for artists. If you're writing poetry, कुछ शायर हैं ग्रुप में जिनका दिल टूटा है, या कोई गाने लिख रहा है, कुछ ब्लॉग्स कर रहे हो आप लोग, you're writing, you're drawing something, you are an artist, you're doing some theaters. So all the content that comes out from such industry are basically copyrightable. Geographical and industrial design, geographical indication is basically something known as related to the cities. For example, Punjab mein sarson ka saag is very popular. Kolhapur mein chappal is very popular. mangoes could be popular, in some cities. So this basically represents that this particular tea is coming from Assam. So these are the geographical indication, and this kind of group rights that you get. And industrial design is basically on the ornamental or aesthetics of it. And a lot of time you would see the designs can be put on an industrial design, and they could actually go to design patterns also. There could be some overlap. Let us do a very quick exercise, and we'll just then start winding up. If Jahinder, if it is possible, can we have the chat mode open for everybody?
So
And
it's open. We are in meeting
okay, it's
format,
open.
so it's
So
open.
guys, you have the chat mode open, probably, and you could, I'm just opening the chat now on my screen also. So I'll just let's do a quick quiz. What kind of IPR would this fall under? The first thing, McDonald's. Is it patent? Is it trademark? Is it copyright? Is it geographical indication? So could somebody give me a quick answer to it? What would this and you cannot write the entire thing. You can write, say, trademark ke liye TM, patent ke liye just write PA. You can just write the first two alphabet. That should be okay, right? Okay, so a lot of people are saying trademark, right? So which means that people were listening. Thank you for that. So yes, you're right, the first question is trademark. What about the second one, that you would see? Yeah, so trademark is correct. So we'll go to the next question. What would be the second thing? So okay, PA, which is basically patent. Yeah, so patent is correct. I think Nitish Sharma has answered that. So let's have Arman. I'm sorry, Muskan have also answered patents. So yeah, that is correct. And what about the third one? That this book that you would see, 5 point someone. The third answer, copyrights. Okay, cool. So people are already answering. So that is copyright. That is correct. And what about the fourth one? Then we go to the Coca-Cola's secret formula. So what would this go under? So this basically would go under trade secrets. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Yeah. So Divya has got it right. It's basically trade secret. Let's continue to one more slide before we go into it. So this is a small device to sharpen the mustache. I'm sure there are a lot of Punjabis in the house today. So what will be this device coming into? So this device to sharpen the mustache. What would this goes under? Yeah. So could anybody answer? This could be a little tricky one. What would be the answer to the this one? This device to sharpen the mustache. So yes, so it will be. So Arvind said patents, which is actually correct. So does Jagdeep. So yes, this is patent because it is solving a problem. So this is how you need to basically understand it. So when talking about patent, it is basically talking about solving a particular problem, and it need not to be a multi-million dollar problem. It could be very small problem also that you're solving. So every solution of that will go under patent. What about the the other two ones on the three ones on the screen? Can we guess this one first? The mobile phones that you would see. Yeah, it could be design, as Puneet Bhatt has said. So it could be design also, and of course, if we're talking about the entire functioning of it, it will fall under patent also. So I would say it's design and patent, both of them are correct. What about this the dog that you see in here? What would this go under? The dog thing that you see in here, this goes under copyright. So you're getting a lot of good answers. Deepak, Nitish Sharma, Jasveer, Harsimran Kaur, all everybody has Gurvinder also. So yeah, so everybody says copyright because it's an artistic thing, it's a picture, so that's why it is copyright. What about this logo that you'd see in here? What would be this coming under? Okay, so yeah, so a lot of again correct answers coming in. So I'll just announce the answers so everybody could see. So this is how you diversify. So whatever you're creating in your business has to be protected in the right kind of form in IP, and that's where Significant also comes into picture. And all right, so now we have learned the basics of IP. Now let me just skip this slide because we are basically going into time. So let's understand. So there will be a lot of challenges, guys, when you're going into business. So once you have invented it, once you've got an ideation, you have made it, you've protected it under a relevant IP, you would be having a lot of challenges. And of course, finance is something that is a big challenge always. So when I started off Signiscent, coming just back to my story once again. To be honest, if I'm not wrong, I made sure that I had 4-5 lakhs before I was starting, because of course you need to buy laptops, you need to pay the rental, and of course you multiply it with the 6 months time of just in case you did not get your first projects or first client, you would have at least longevity to run into 5-6 hours of business. So this is what you need to kind of make sure when you're running it. And this is something that I'm often asked कि सर पैसे नहीं है, business कैसे शुरू करें, idea तो बहुत अच्छा है, we can actually make a lot of money out of it, but where should we get fund? So this was the same problem, I remember. So generally, there are 3 or 4 places a student can go, and probably professors, of course, could add to it. A lot of colleges now have incubation centers. This was not available 10-12 years ago in that extent that it is today. So you can, of course, take advantage of incubation centers that your college may have. If they still do not have it, there are a lot of incubation centers being run by government, government today. So we have a lot in Mohali and Chandigarh. We have STPI for IT related things. So there are a lot of hand holding that is happening today. So investment point of view, this could actually help you a little, to help you develop, to get you that mentorship that you need in the initial part of your career to bring a business into line. So when I did it, unfortunately, this nothing was there. I had a harder path to follow. I went to HDFC, ICICI. They said, मतलब this was because मेरे को salary accounts खोलने थे अपने employees के. So I went into this banks and said कि मुझे salary accounts खोलने हैं. Can you give me some place in your office or some accounts can I open? And the first question these guys asked me is कितने accounts, कितने employees हैं आपके पास, कितने salaries उनको दे देते हो? So I said I'm just starting up, मुश्किल से 3-4 लोग हैं. And उन्होंने मुझे बिठाए रखा दोनों बैंक्स में. Nobody came back to me, and मेरे को आधे घंटे में समझ में आ गया था कि कोई फायदा नहीं है बैंक अकाउंट तक खोलने का. Period turned after 10 years. Every relationship manager is approaching our office to give our business to them, because now we are earning decently. We are getting foreign revenues into the country. Most of our clients are from outside, so of course any bank gets foreign revenue. Now each of the relationship managers is calling us, fixing up time to have our current account in their banks. But now the time has passed. So from zero to that so-called hero phase, you have to travel a lot of journey. Cash capital has always been an issue. See if you can ask your parents to support you, and not going against many parents. Parents are today changing, but parents generally ये बोलते हैं भाई हमारे पास तो पैसे नहीं है, हमने कॉलेज में पढ़ा दिया, इसके बाद it's entirely up to you what you want to do. We do not have cash. Which is actually true. They have been, most of our parents have been coming from a service class family, and they have been saving a lot for our education, and of course they do not want to spend beyond education. uh, there is a loophole in that, and trust me, I suggested this loophole every platform that I talk to. एक बार घर जाके पूछना मेरे पास है कि उन्होंने तुम्हारी शादियों के लिए कितने पैसे बचाए. So if you can actually get into that saving count, I'm sure an average wedding may cost, I don't know, 5-10 lakhs today, easily. So you could actually talk to your parents, because if they have money but they do not want you to even see it or access it, and especially this money can actually be used for going to a startup, investing into the businesses, and that's what you could actually talk to your parents about. And of course colleges could contribute, but then in the entire path, the health has to be kept very important. You may not get time for 8 hours 9 hours sleep that you may be getting now. It may dip down to 4-5 hours. I remember there have been 36 hours in stretch, 48 hours in stretch, where I've been working, and sometimes it goes there to the end. So I'll just end up with a very funny story, in constraint of the time. So what happened was, it's a funny story, and probably you could relate it to very well. So this was, as I said, when I started off Significant, in 2000, about winter's time, just like now. So what happened was, a maid used to come to our home for cleaning purposes. And जब भी वो maid आती थी घर पे तो क्या होता था कि मैं generally night person हूँ. I enjoy working late nights because that's where I can concentrate a lot. Some could be morning person, so but I was night person. And I used to work, code, learn how to do websites on YouTube. So I used to learn how to make a lot of things. So I learned a lot from YouTube, in setting up the business. So जब मैं ये काम करता था, वर्डप्रेस सीख रहा हूँ, वेबसाइट बनाना सीख रहा हूँ रात को, तो मैं जनरली सुबह 4-5 बजे तक सोता था. एंड मेड आती थी सुबह 8-9 बजे. तो वो जब भी आती थी तो मम्मा को बोलती थी मेरे कि भैया हमेशा सो रहे होते हैं, नौकरी नौकरी नहीं करते कहीं पे. अब मम्मा would never tell a maid that मेरा लड़का स्टार्टअप कर रहा है. Of course ना maid को पता, ना it's a proud thing to say 10 years ago. Now I'm glad it is changing. So maid महीना 1.5 महीना ऑब्जर्व करती रही. और उसने मम्मा को बहुत कोशिश की कि भाई मैं भैया की जॉब लगवा देती हूँ, किसी को जहाँ मैं काम करने जाती हूँ उन्हें बोल के, उनका बेटा बैंक में मैनेजर लगा हुआ है एंड सो ऑन. मम्मी मुझे बताते थे. Of course, mama was to be very serious when she was telling me, and I was laughing कि यार now maid has to be a HR consultant for an IIT graduate, and I used to laugh, but that's okay. You have to be quiet unless you do not have something strong to say back, to the society. So I stayed back. I kind of enjoyed those jokes. And एक दिन क्या हुआ कि मेरा सुबह 4-5 बजे 6 बजे क्लाइंट कॉल था. तो मैं सुबह जो है वो काम करके अपना क्लाइंट कॉल लेके 6 AM उठा, जल्दी उठ गया. 6 AM उठा, रात को उस दिन टाइम से सो गया था. 6 AM I took the call, and I slept back by working by about 9-9:30 AM. अब ये मेड जो है उस दिन जल्दी नहीं आई. The maid came at 2 PM because she had some work. And since I slept at 10 AM, I was sleeping at 2 PM also. That day, maid lost it. So she said कि मैं सुबह आती हूँ तब भी भैया सो रहे होते हैं, 2 बजे आती हूँ तब भी भैया सो रहे होते हैं. It means he's not doing anything. And that time she kind of bypassed my mom and she told in society that भैया is looking for a job, help him. एंड मैं एक दिन पार्किंग में नीचे कार लेने गया अपनी, तो 2-3 आंटियां सोसाइटी में खड़े होकर बोल रही थी बेटा अपना रिज्यूमे दे देना, हम आपकी जॉब लगवा देंगे एंड ऑल. So this is what happened, when you have to go through an entrepreneurship journey on your own. There are hundreds of moments like this, which you will cherish once you become successful. So thanks a lot, for patiently listening to me, and of course you can take any questions that we may have. Thank you everyone.
So all the participants can either put their question in the chat box or can unmute themselves and can ask directly from sir. So
Yeah.
sir, we have a question from Aditya. He's asking, like, probably he wants to ask how we can approach angel investors, or can we approach angel investors?
Yeah. So Aditya, you can. I think TIE is very close to Angel Chandigarh Angel Network. There are a lot of TIE members who are also Chandigarh Angel Network members also. So you can go to Chandigarh Angel Network investors website, contact them if they like. They may ask you to come to give your pitch to the investors, and if they like it, they may actually invest into your business. So Chandigarh Angel Investors is what probably I could suggest you. That's the most nearest one, and lot of college students, startups, I make this just to them.
So any other question? So I would personally suggest to ask question. It's a very great opportunity to ask and get answers from Harit sir.
Yes, guys, ask me anything. That's okay.
He's a bundle of information, so knowledge. Sorry, so you can ask any question from him.
Yeah, I mean, not bundle, but yes, I can try. This is the. Thank you.
I guess we have another question. So the person is asking, what is more important, good fund or a perfect logic to expand your business?
Wow. So I think it's a tricky one. If I have to rank it personally, I would still say you need a better logic because funds will flow once you have a good idea. There are a lot of things wherein if you have good idea, investors see that themselves. So of course, without fund, the business won't launch or go off. either. But I would still say some funds with a great idea could actually do better than with a lot of funds with a a very okay type idea. That's what my understanding is.
True that. So Arvind Bhardwaj is asking for internship at your organization.
Sure. So we actually, fortunately, are currently considering, but it won't be internship. If you are in your fourth year, then we have an internship come job offer. So it could be, cherry on the cake if you are in your fourth year. I'm not sure where you are. If not, you can just wait for your fourth year last semester. You can then apply to us. It will be an internship with 1 year of at least a job with us. And if you are in, so you can always write to our our career section on our website. You can see, and you can contact.
So there is another question from Puneet, Mr.
Trade
Puneet.
secret.
So he's asking, trade secret. Can you explain trade secret?
Okay, so trade secret is something जो मुझे नहीं बताना है बाहर. Again, in layman terms, like boyfriend girlfriends keep secrets which they are not supposed to tell to the world. So it's the same way corporations keep some secrets they do not want to say to the world. The difference between patents and trade secret is कि patents में to get the protection, which is roughly 20 years from the world, you need to disclose your invention in the form of patent to the world, because that patent comes in public domain. But then the government gives you right that you can sue somebody who copies it or uses it without your knowledge. In trade secret, you need not show it to anybody. It remains in the organization. It remains within the business partners. However, if it is breached or if it is copied, the only thing you can do is sue each other. You cannot take government help in it because you never patented it. Good thing is trade secret could be secret for infinite period of time. Coca-Cola has been doing it for maybe hundreds of years, 60, 70, 80 years. On the other hand side, patent has 20 years shelf life. After 20 years, anybody can use your invention. But since Coca-Cola's formulation has been so great, it has life which was beyond 20 years, so it still continues now because they kept it trade secret. I hope that helps. Yeah.
So, sir, Mukesh Gupta is asking, sir, at initial level, what is more important, building a brand image or building a good team?
All these questions are very good. To be honest, a lot of it goes hand in hand. I would say make good team first. Brand image can come later. At least I did that same thing. For 2 years, we worked very silently because competitors are always looking to kill you. And if you're doing great, so for 2 years, walk in silence. Build such a good team that then when competition comes in or brand war starts, you need not worry about it. So work silently, then give the answer when the right time. So I would say
Agreed.
do the team building first and then go for branding.
So, Arjun has another question. How do you manage to run business alone as you don't want any partners?
So basically, I say something. I go into split personality mode. In night I become a salesperson. In afternoon I become an operation person. And if there's some time in between, I become a family man. So this is how you need to kind of split your personality if you work. Of course, if you have partners, you could do. I'm not sure if you kind of were me when I started off. I didn't have that great experience when I get into partnership. My previous two partners kind of ditched me out of the company. So it's कहते हैं ना कि वो एक बार लग जाए problem तो फिर वो there is a quotation वो क्या चाय वाला है ना, so whatever that quotation is. So I was not risking it again, so I thought I'll do it on my own. So that's what I did.
So, Mr. Jasman
Hi, sir.
Kangil.
Dr. Sneha from Gyan Jyoti.
Yeah, doctor.
Okay. Sir,
Go
hi,
ahead.
sir. Good afternoon, sir. I have a small question. You can consider it a question from me as well as, the students. Because usually when they come up with an idea, it's a very common thing that they ask me that, ma'am, this idea is actually good. और हम सबको बता देंगे, कोई और नहीं कर लेगा.
नहीं,
So it's a very common thing, and I don't have honestly the right to kar sakta hai who has maybe more knowledge and money. Over to you, sir.
I get it's a very relevant question, and trust me, I was in IIT for similar session. I'm actually the ESL advisor to IIT Roper also. I'm not sure if you know J.K. Sharma ji there. So he's kind of CEO of Easer there. So he asked the same question, and he has repeatedly asked me the same question the last couple of years कि बच्चे बहुत डरते हैं बताने में idea कि कोई copy ना कर ले. So there are two ways you can handle it. And the first way is see if it is already ready and it could filed a patent with, and not wait कि grant होगा तब. Provisional application डाल दो patent की. It doesn't take much time, less than 10,000 investment. Government actually started recommending a lot of free support also. The second is possible nahi hai. There is something known as non-disclosure agreement, NDA. Go Google it. You will see a lot of templates on Google. Whomsoever you are disclosing, make sure that the party would sign an NDA with you, so that if the idea is disclosed for the sake of any competition or anything, and if they can sign an NDA, you will be made sure that they won't leak out, or at least there will be some legal cushion if they actually run into some problem. So these are two ways, practical ways you could actually handle it. NDA is more quicker than, of course, the patent one.
Absolutely, sir. I think these will be the saviors for at least this year onwards for me. Thank you very much for answering. Extremely great.
Thank you, Sam.
So, sir, moving with the
questions
question.
above,
Yeah. So there is another question. If our business plan clashes with another team, how will it be assessed?
Okay. So business plan is clashing with each other. I'm not sure if this is the question for Jatinder or is it for me. I'll just give you a not from a jury perspective idea for the B plan competition, but I'll just give you what I would have done. Of course, if it is clashes exactly the same, I would invest on founders. If the founders are good, I will see the passion, what drives the founders, together. If is one idea better executed, better planned, has better timelines to it, has better returns to it. So this is what I would then compare if the ideas are same.
So it's another question. When we start a business, should we focus on the locality from where we will operate?
It depends on the type of business you are doing. For example, if it is more IT driven business, there are no footfall that your business requires. You can start from probably anywhere today. You can work from home. People have converted home into their offices, garages into their offices. But if it requires, or if you think your customers have to be physically there, you need to lure with a fascinating office and all, then would you have office in some good sector, in some good place, in good market, or in good industrial area. There is a practical challenge to it, and I'll tell you why. And this is beyond bookish answers. When I started off, it's always easy to say you can start garages and all. There's a problem with the current youth, and I won't say it's a problem. It would have happened with you. जब job करने जाते हैं ना, so we want a place where we want to kind of show to our friends, our families उसके office coffee machines है, soup भी मिलता है, उसके office में microwave भी है, facilities हैं. So this becomes a very important factor to start growing, because when I mean, from some reason I got one resignation, and the only reason I got that resignation was not because we were not giving proper salary, proper knowledge, proper learning. The only reason was that this person went for an interview in a posh building and he liked the building so much that he said, I will leave the company. So you'll always get such cases in your life where infrastructure would become important. But in the initial couple of years, that's okay. Your priority should be to launch and successfully rocket your business, not to lure people with good infra.
True. So, Sir Arjun has a question. Did you also invest in startups?
I haven't started off, to be honest. I did get some good proposals, IMA, because we just Signisense basically started its own sister startup by the name of PackView. So we are heavily investing on our own startup right now. But yes, if your business is good, of course, we can catch up later, and you could actually give me what it is, and then we could, look for it for sure.
Another question from Mehraj is asking, if we are in bachelors but have some business idea, should we work on that or keep in queue to work on it after completing studies, or should we continue simultaneously?
No, continue simultaneously, and I'll tell you the reason why. I'm not sure which you are in your bachelor's. Let's assume you are in third year, for example, or second year, for example. So by the time you would come out of college, this idea would have been taken, implemented by some other student in other college or another part of India. Then you would regret about it. That why I did not start on this idea already. I know gets difficult to manage with your studies sometimes these ideas, but that's what I said. This is the challenge. You need to play multiple roles at the same time. Find 4 5 hours a night. Skip Amazon Prime videos. Skip Netflix. Skip YouTube पे songs. Rather, start listening to what you're trying to develop. See what kind of inventory you need to make it at least right. Start writing your business plans. Theoretically, you could start over it for. See what kind of investment is needed, what kind of team is needed, what your competitors are already doing in that area. So you can start research. You need not wait for the bachelorate to complete it.
So we have list of questions. So another question from Nicholas. He's asking, how can one start a business or implement his or her business ideas without capital?
Bootstrap. So this is the term. Just a second. Yeah. Uh, Bootstrap. So bootstrapping is a term, where you bootstrap it yourself. Of course, if you do not have any investment, to be honest, it's very difficult to run a business. You need some kind of investment, because your first two employees will not work for free. Your electricity bill won't be free. Your water bills won't be free. Your internet expenses won't be free. So you need to keep paying your bills. Minimize the risk or minimize the investments by going into some incubation centers. There are a lot of co-sharing spaces today where you can just pay 4 5 thousand a month. You get a proper office setup like thing. You get a one-seater for about 4 5 thousand today in Chandigarh, Mohali, and you sit there. You're taking care of rest of the things are all taken care by your sharing things. Then you keep investing into your ideas. You need to start selling your ideas, and then if you can sell it very quickly, then you can start organically earning money. Most of the cases it won't be possible. You need to at least put in some money to extract make more money. So it's like वो कुएं में एक सिक्का फेंकना पड़ेगा to get that thousands back. So you need to put in some money at least.
So another question from Mr. Puneet. He's asking, what is the minimum time to get the patent, trademark, design, and copyright, and when they expires? So he needs all the
Uh,
information.
so dude, you can actually, this is like standard patent is roughly about 20 years is lifetime. Time in the terms of in the terms of approval can vary between 6 months to 1 1.5 year from the government side. But for any of those, once you have filed, at least start working. Do not wait कि approval आएगा, grant आएगा, तब मैं करूँगा. Some of our own trademark are stuck for several years now. But then some of the ones that are being done recently, वो backlog जल्दी clear हो रहा है patent trademark office से. So file it, and if you're lucky, you should be able to get it soon. And the rest of the things I think is very standard. You can go to any Google book and read it.
Another question: is it good to work for some years with the leading companies to raise the fund or to take loan? Which option would you consider?
Yes, isn't that we can continue for 4 5 more minutes? That's okay. I just saw your
Thank you, sir.
message. Yeah. Could you repeat the question?
Sure, sir. So the question is it good to work for some years with the leading companies to raise fund or to take loan? Which option would you consider?
लोन कोई देगा नहीं इतने आराम से जो मुझे लगता है. मैं गया था 10 साल पहले तो नहीं मिले थे मुझे कुछ भी. There is home loan, there is car loan, but there is no entrepreneurship loan as far as I know. I mean, this could have been changed now. And But yes, there are a lot of funds. As I said, Startup India website does offer a lot of support these days. You can actually check on it. But if you have to do not want to take all these and you want to follow an organic route, yes, you can work with a leading company. Learn a little which you want to do, and then come back. But then again, it kind of contradicts if your idea is needed now in the world. Then 2 years, 3 years maybe too late. So again, you need to decide very cautiously what you want to do. So it's an idea dependent choice, but I would suggest if you can wait, work with couple of years with some company, then come back. You may come up much more matured into your business.
So, sir, another question: what are your long-term goal plans, and also how can one strategize his or her social and family life?
Okay, I hope the first part is not from a competitor. So anyhow, let me answer that. So our long time goal, is to, of course, become a very premier consulting company. A lot of Indian companies start with the factor कि भाई हमारे पास cost benefit है इसलिए हम करेंगे. I want to kill that. I do not want to earn business on the merit of outsourcing. Rather, I want to earn business on the merit of quality that Indians can deliver, and I think we have all the capabilities to do it. So on that journey, that vision, of course, we want to basically, of course, become one of the leading consultancy R&D company in India, and then gradually grow. So that's what our long-term vision is.
And so another question: how can I discuss my decisions and plans with the others without them copying those ideas,
हाँ,
or
तो
should
NDA.
I always keep them to myself?
Yeah, so वही बताया मैंने. So I think one of the
हाँ,
teachers
true.
did ask this
You told.
question. So I think go for a non-disclosure agreement. NDA Google से download करो, थोड़ा सा उसमें tweak करो. Non-disclosure agreement एक stamp paper पे, इस stamp paper पे ले लो. 20-25 रुपए का ई स्टैम्प पेपर मिल जाता है. ई स्टैम्प ले लो या कोई भी नॉन जुडिशियल पेपर ले लो, उस पे एनडीए प्रिंट करो, जिसको भी डिस्क्लोज कर रहे हो उसको बोलो एनडीए साइन करो, देन वी विल टॉक इन्वेस्टमेंट.
True. There is another question. The person wants to get into his family business and to take it to great level. He wants tips for the same.
So again, थोड़ा fundamental है कि किस area का family business है. I'm not sure, but I'll again generalize it. Lot of people, the first thing that they do is कि अगर it's family business, I assume it would be more retail based. So see if you could, use the power of social networking. You can use the power of apps today. You can, use the power of, websites today to expand the horizons. So you may be doing business locally. See if it can go to national level or state level first, and then national level first. Go to conferences, go to trade shows, display your products or your family business there. See, if it has more customers that you can attract, regardless of the vicinity that you may be operating this.
Any other questions? So if you people have any another question, you can put in the chat box or can ask.
Yes, I've just pasted my LinkedIn link also on the chat group. So if you have some questions that I was not able to answer now, can connect on LinkedIn and we can probably answer there. So there's one more I think.
Yeah, there is question from Kamal Arora. So he's asking how can we attract the customer towards a product which is software as a service product on the initial phase when we have not sufficient funds for hiring sales guy or marketing guy on the initial stage of product launching.
So you have to do it yourself. That is what the only solution is, and that's what I did also. When you do not have a sales team, you cannot pay salary. As I said, you need to get into that role. Nobody is gonna do it for you. You need to turn sales guy night, or if your business is, of course, outside India, or sales guy in day if your business is in India, and accordingly you can switch your operations time accordingly, till and hope that your product is so good that you actually start getting some sales. Then you have to hire somebody, hire interns. You would see the things from the other side of the table, because if there are 80 participants, 70 of them would be students. Ask 70 of them पहला stipend कितना accept कर रहे हैं वो लोग. Everybody would say 20,000 25,000 से कम stipend मिलेगा तो हम नहीं जाएंगे. But when you are an employer, you would say 25,000 for a startup is difficult. I can just say 5,000. So that's the other side of the problem that you have to solve. लेने वाले ज्यादा मांगेंगे, चाहे वो स्टाइपेंड हो, देने वाले के लिए कम है, and you need to find out some good people, some good team members who would rely on your vision. And every entrepreneur has to solve this problem. And the way I solved it was, keep hunting, keep pitching to some good team members. Some of the others definitely will believe into your idea.
Sir Puneet is asking how your company follow CSR activities.
Okay. So we do, keep doing CSR activities. For example, in the last winters, we kind of collaborated with some NGOs, distributed some clothes. We went to some slum areas here in the vicinity. We distributed some food and clothing to keep people, away from the cold and all. So we won't say we are doing it every month, but yes, we are trying our best to the best possible extent to keep doing it. The other part of CSR activity that we often do is with the sessions like the one that we are doing right now. So every month we at least contribute to the knowledge pool. We do a couple of sessions via me or my managers to spread, make India, make society a better, Indian society a better entrepreneurial society. Help them in protecting their ideas, help them tell how to do the ideas. So knowledge sharing wise, we are not charging to many institutions and government bodies that we are working for. So these are kind of two ways we are actually helping and giving back to the society. And I'm sure we want to do much more as part of our responsibility for Indian society, especially here in Punjab and Haryana region.
Really appreciable, sir. So I guess we are approximately done with the questions. Rest, if anyone have any kind of question, can connect on LinkedIn with sir. And thank you, sir, for such a wonderful, informative, inspiring, and motivational session as always. And
Thank you.
it's always delightful to hear from you. You are actually a torch bearer for all of us, at least for me.
Thank you, Jitendra. Thank you so much for your kind words. And I hope everybody kind of at least learned something from me today. And I can always be available to help if any of this can launch this year. And I have a 0.1% role in it. I'll be very thankful.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Manodeep Kaushal to please give a vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. Honorable Shri Harith Mohanji, respected members of organizing committee, our valued invited members of the faculty, and my dear students. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of Gulzar Group of Institutes and the entire sponsoring organization, team, crew, even special guests in the audience, let me call it fraternity of academicians, entrepreneurs, and managers of higher order together, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Mr. Harith Mohanji for gracing your important work and sharing with us your experiences and opinions today. I also extend deep sense of gratitude to Punjab Technical University and TAI for organizing this great endeavor and great learning experience. Entrepreneurship is not new to India. Kanishka Empire in the 1st century started nurturing Indian entrepreneurs and traders. Following that period in around 1600 AD, India established its trade relationship with Roman Empire and later on came to be known as Golden Sparrow. So I'll end with a quote from Walt Disney: all our dreams can come true if we have courage to pursue them. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Jitendra, you are muted.
I said thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And again, on the behalf of IKG, PTU, and TAI Chandigarh, thank you, Harit sir, and thank you to all the team faculty and to all the participants. I am looking forward to a great participation from all the 3 colleges, and request for any kind of query, please visit our website. That's www.tabbplan.com, or you people may connect with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And so, have a nice
Thanks.
day.